Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Crusader Kings 2, Eastern Roman Empire. Now, there's a couple of things I need to check before we get too far into things. Let me just get to the correct screen. So what we need to do is figure out just what exactly having the minimum crown authority is going to do to us. And unfortunately, the tooltip doesn't really tell us all that much. Vassals are a law unto themselves, ruling their fiefs like petty kingdoms. Their obligations to their liege are minimal. And of course, we're stuck, right? Like, we can't change it. Poor old Zenobias here, because he changed it when he was still a 15-year-old boy, and I use the phrase change it in very heavy quotations. Is this being occupied by us? No, it isn't. I got hopeful. I was hoping that was purple. So a couple of things that I do know. You theoretically cannot remove titles from people. However, because we are the Byzantine Empire, we are still able to remove titles or revoke titles. That is the correct phrasing, because we're an empire and we kick ass. The other thing is we cannot assign generals. Now, I can assign generals, obviously, to this army because they're my own personal troops. But if I were to raise everybody, I could not assign generals, which is going to be a bit of a pain when we go to war with the big boys. And definitely something I'm going to want to change, probably by going up to low. So, yeah. So when we go to low, right, we can appoint army leaders and we can revoke titles. But we can revoke titles no matter what. So basically, having limited crown authority means we just can't appoint army leaders, which sucks, but it isn't that bad. And then obviously, as we get higher and higher, things are better. Like, obviously, if we had absolute crown authority, we can appoint army leaders. Vassals can no longer fight each other. Vassals can no longer fight independent wars. Vassal titles can no longer pass outside the realm through inheritance, which is pretty damn cool. So I guess they would go to the emperor. Revocation of titles allowed, and revocation of infidel titles are for free. When does that come in? That comes in with medium, eh? Well, that might be something to aim for. But basically, I'm just going to want to get up to low as quick as possible so I can appoint generals. Other than that, though, it's not going to have that great of an effect on us. And so I think we're going to be okay. Now, there's a couple of other things we can do with our recent acquisition. We can now create the Kingdom of Serbia, which, if we take a look at the de jure kingdom screen, would give us a awesome Causae Belli against the last duke there. However, there is a bit of a problem creating kingdom titles willy-nilly within an empire. One, if I were to keep the title for myself, that would cause, I believe, all the vassals within the Kingdom of Serbia to take issue with it. And then if I were to give the title of King of Serbia to someone, they, as a king, don't particularly like being a vassal, which is something we'll probably discover with Georgia. Now, granted, with these kingdoms, Serbia is pretty tiny, and really, technically, so is Georgia, so it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, and it wouldn't put me in such a bad place, unlike if I were to, say, create the King of Anatolia or the Kingdom of Greece. These two have the potential to really ruin my day. But I'm still not really comfortable about creating a king title vassal. Although, like I say, it would give us a pretty good Causae Belli against this guy. Although we do have de jure claims on everything. So it could just be a matter of time, or it could just be a matter of, like, slowly picking them away, which is not my preferable way of doing things. But sometimes you just have to make do with what you're given. So that's the plan there. Let's check on our potential enemies. Obviously, the Seljuks are not going to be our target. And again, I'm thinking, yeah, probably not them either. Because if we take a look at us, we're sitting at what, 25? We could, with the Varangian Guard, get about 28, pushing 29,000 men. Which seems like it would be enough. But like I say, the moment there's a holy war, there's a chance that these two are going to jump in together. I want to bide my time and just wait it out for a little bit. And, you know, strike when the time is right, preferably when the Catholics have come in and have taken a large chunk out of the Fatimids. Then I can come in and take some more chunks. and quite obviously keep my chunks, whereas the Crusader kingdoms are very likely going to fall. We do have a lot of prisoners. Let her rot. We will ransom the only one we can, though, because why not? Now, another question that's been coming up in the comments quite a bit is, you know, the suggestion, of course, if we take a look at... thank you. If we take a look at the de jure Empire, you can see that we've got Sicily and Naples, basically, and then Croatia as well. Now, I'm not necessarily against going after Croatia, but I don't necessarily think I need it. And here's the reason. Well, it would be absolutely amazing and fun and grand to go off and, at the very least, create an empire as big as the de jure empire of the Byzantine Empire is. And then, obviously, further on down, when I convert, like, my plan here, right, is to dominate the Arabian Peninsula. When I convert this to EU4, which is in the plan, I'm going to be pretty damn powerful as it is. Like, I want to get Alexandria, and obviously the duchy that it's in. So we're going to be up to here on the map, right? Here is going to be our westernmost border, other than Malta. And then who knows how far south we're going to be on Africa proper. Okay, good. We will take a look at our vassals and see, oh, this guy, he is next on the list. At least you don't have to move far, my lovely diplomat. No, why did you... There we go. Okay, well, maybe he did have to move far. I thought that was him, but that's just a vassal army. Anyway, getting back to this. So, you know, this is as far west as we're going to be. We're going to have land down in here, who knows how much, and then preferably most, if not all, of the Arabian Peninsula. We're going to be super strong in EU4 as it is. I don't necessarily think or want to add Sicily and Croatia into the mix, let alone the rest of Rome. Because when you convert, then we're just going to be a powerhouse. And don't forget, we've got the Sunset Invasion coming at some point, you know, a couple hundred years from now. But still, the western seaboard of Europe isn't exactly going to be a safe place. And that's scary. Oh, who are you? You're just off on your own. Okay. I'll accept that, because I can't do anything about it, so I'm going to have to. So basically, I'm not getting involved in Europe, not because it wouldn't make us strong. Yeah, of course it would make us strong. I'm not going to argue that. Huh, my liege, I've collected a tithe in Constantinople. Oh, I guess you're collecting taxes, aren't you? Well, okay, we'll take that. Hold free money? Yeah, why not? Sure, the people might be a little hesitant, a little uppity about things, but that's okay. Ooh, we can get a cataphract training ground and another barracks. One of these two is going to be the next thing we get. Probably the training ground. So yeah, it's not that I don't... This is my daughter? Is this my bastard daughter? Okay, so she doesn't matter. You want to... Sure, go nuts, eunuch. I don't really care about her. From a geopolitical sense, obviously, she's my daughter, flesh and blood. I love her and want the best for her, but, you know, in the grand scheme of the Empire, she really doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't want to be that strong, is basically what I'm saying. And I realize I'm like, oh, we can't go to war against the Seljuks and the Fatimids because we're too weak. But the answer isn't going west, except for Dulce here. That's got to come, because then that gives us a nice border with Croatia, basically. And, you know, if there's one thing that's important about Europa Universalis games, or Paradox games in general, it's having fancy borders. A learned Jewish man has appeared at your court. He comes highly recommended in the arts of bookkeeping and administration. Already he has suggested several ways of improving the bureaucratic efficiency of the realm, and he could potentially make a fine steward. Indeed. Well, let's check that, shall we? Not that I'm all that displeased with the way my steward's been going. 19. He would be a good steward. The only problem is, of course, he isn't landed, and my current steward is only a mayor, so I'm not losing much. Now, we could get an upgrade and take this ugly man. the Duke of Armenia, who might actually be powerful. Let me check this guy out. Duke of Armenia. Is that you? Nope. Where? That isn't him. No, let's go back. As I fuddle around. That is not what I wanted either. Just go to your position. Duke of Armenia. How strong are you anyway? I wish that would just take me. At least I can match up the pictures now. That'll make life easier. Okay, you're way down on the list. What do you give me? 1,000 men? Not worth it. Go ahead, my Jewish friend, and you can start collecting taxes. Wonderful. While we're at it, let's see if there's any sort of technology that we can invest in. Perhaps town infrastructure wouldn't be a bad idea. That will, of course, give our towns an ability to improve themselves, which is always good. And then city opinion, temple. It's hard to turn down free piety and prestige, so we'll take that as well. So yeah, it's basically a thing of, yes, I know it sounds like I'm complaining about not being strong enough to take these guys. I can get strong enough within the East. You know, like, we could obviously go to war with these guys who are dealing with quite a lot right now. It might not be the right time, or it might be the best time. I'm not exactly sure. But I'd prefer to wait it out and then just, you know, pick through the spoils. Kartli, Georgia itself, and, oh, it looks like my count got involved. So maybe my count will grab land. I don't know. Looks like he might be sieging here. So, potentially, we'll get some land out of this without me even trying. What does concern me, of course, is the more land this man grabs, the more likely he will be to gain power and such. Do Alexios, which would be indeed this man here. He's got a good opinion of me. I like it. That should mean more troops. It certainly does. Let's see. Fuddling through the interface. Who's next on my list of people who need Samos? Oh my, and you are actually pretty strong, you young chap. Let's see, that is the actual heir of the Byzantine Empire. I don't know. I think I'll just go with my bastard daughter. Might be a better bet. Or even my sister. Yeah, patient, charitable, honest, brave. That's a good match. There you go. So that should improve his relations quite a bit. And to just sort of cement the deal. There we go. We'll get this young whippersnapper sorted out and get his opinion of the empire exactly where it should be. You should just end your plot, is what you should do. The only one? My half-brother? What are you plotting? Kill Maria. You're planning on killing my daughter. That's not what family does, asshole. Unless, you know, you're sitting on the throne. What is my composition of forces looking like? I feel like I could use probably some more heavy cavalry, if anything. Although, just getting some good defensive units like pikemen and some more archers might not be a bad idea either. We don't have any pikemen in this army. Pikemen would probably be a good thing to get. Yeah, let's do it. There we go. And, hey, it's going to be relatively cheap. I like cheap. Perfect. Oh, that's my brother. Great, my nephew. So if we check this, thankfully, it's still my daughter in charge. Or my daughter as an heir, so that's good news. I'd really like you to spit out a son, though. That would be super groovy. I don't have any valid ambition. Oh, that's because of that. Well, we're going to cancel that. And the only thing you need to concentrate on, Xenobias, is to have a son. So get making them babies, would you? Kingdom of Serbia. That is really tempting to make. I'm guessing you're dead? Okay, so you're gonna need a new educator. And yeah, sure, why not? You're almost done being schooled anyway. Varum and okay, yeah. So we could go either way there. If we take a look, actually, we're sitting at 26,000 troops. And the Seljuks here are sitting at, whoops, that's not what I wanted, 24. So we certainly have the troop advantage. And, I'm just, it's, oof. I'm nervous with both these guys sort of at peace, although, oh. So they're at war over Baghdad. Well, now might be a good time to go for Azerbaijan. And yes, technically it is probably better to wait for these guys to sort of fight each other out. Well, let's pause this while I consider my tactical situation or strategic situation. Probably. The Fatimids are winning this war, if I take a look at it. Here, war score of 74% in favor of Caliph al-Mustansir II. So now might be the best time to go after Azerbaijan. I think now is the time. Let's declare a holy war for Azerbaijan. And obviously other sheikdoms can come in and help. But I think this is going to be the perfect time. We don't need to worry about getting our boats up and ready. I kind of wish I'd waited a little bit to get my retinue up. But that's okay. We don't really need to worry about that. Let's go ahead and assign everybody to get going to Constantinople. We certainly are going to require an awful lot of ships. I realize you're fighting some sort of revolution here, my friend. But your troops are needed elsewhere. Let's get these guys going. We'll send them this way. And that way, and that way. And now we can go ahead and raise our boats. Get on your boats. And probably the quickest solution to get you guys to the front is going to be here. Get on your boats. Yeah, that's looking good. All right, let's unpause this. Get our troops into position. There we go. We can get rid of these ships. We do not need them. And we can send you guys up there. Well, how about we go to the right location? That sounds jolly good, lovely. A young artist is working on what is clearly a divinely inspired icon depicting John the Baptist. He needs a sponsorship to finish it so we can place it in our own chapel. If John guided Jesus, he can guide me. For free learning and a pittance of gold. Okay, well, he's not coming after me, so I could care less. I couldn't care less. Yes, I couldn't care less. Alright, let's get these guys together, get them on a boat, send you guys into the glorious, wonderful city of the ages of Constantinople. Perfect. And we can disband that fleet. And no sign of any Seljuk army, which is good. And I don't believe we're at war with anybody else, which is even... Oh, well, that war ended quickly for the old Seljuks. The Fatimids certainly got themselves a big chunk of land. How badly is this going to go for us? Potentially pretty badly. We'll see what sort of force composition they've got, how they've got their armies set up, obviously. The church preaches celibacy, and my friends try to lure me into hedonism by showing me the pleasures of life. I can't really decide if I want to enjoy life or wait for heaven. Trust me, Zenobias, you're the emperor. You can try some pleasures. Let's get that sun on the go! Oh, looks like, we actually were able to get a chunk of land. Our wonderful count, who doesn't really like us, was able to snag Albania. So I would imagine, you know, we could raise troops there if we ever need to. It's certainly something we can consider at a later date. But for now, I think we're going to be okay. Perfect. So let's merge these guys together. And for whatever reason, I don't know what magical circumstances this is working, but I am able to actually appoint leaders, which is good. So, obviously, the best leaders. Oh, but I can't hear. And what's really annoying about this is I'm stuck leading troops. I don't like that. And I wish there was a way to disable me from actually... Because, like, in here, if I don't want my counselor leading troops, you won't lead troops. Here... This is making no sense in my head. So, with the army... Whatever. Unfortunately, Xenobias here is going to have to be marching... You know what? No. No. New unit. Where's the... There we go. We'll go like that. Right? And we'll take... Man, but that is such a big... That's 1,500 men. That could be a huge difference. There's no way whatsoever I can say, hey, I don't want to be leading armies. Damn it. Okay. Well, at least now I can select these two. What have we got? A flanker and a cavalry leader. Have we got... We'll go cavalry here. We'll put a flanker on the flank, because that makes sense. And then up in here, we will go with... What do we got? A light foot leader. Yep, that's where the most of my light foot are. Wow, that was a horribly worded sentence. Yeah, we'll put a trickster there, and we will go finally with an unpredictable leader. Why not? That should be good composition. So now we can march you guys over to the area of combat. So we can put you in Vassbruken, and we can put you probably up here in Lori. And get this army, the army of Count Shrahanug, into Azerbaijan proper. Well, of course, the army of Duvarum can go do things, and then the Basilius' army, unfortunately, has to sit around and wait. Although I guess I could resign him. Man, I don't know about this. Now it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you go. We'll send you, I guess, up to Vassbruken, because that's where that army is going. Yeah. Let's just make sure the old Basilius hasn't snuck his way in somehow or another. I could see it happening. My spy master is planning retribution against Du Lion for attempting the assassination of Matiyahu. Is that what this was all about? Yeah, okay. Order the arrest. I hope he doesn't wind up uprising, and indeed he doesn't. Perfect. What's the ransom? 145 gold? That is pretty damn good. I hope you've learned your lesson. Okay, good. I'm glad he decided to pay the ransom to free himself. No sign of the Turkish armies yet. What's your support limit? 19,000. Okay. It's not appropriate. You've got a wife. You need a legitimate son. Thankfully, you're no longer leading troops. Damianos has challenged you to a friendly game of Tizkanian at the Tizkanisterian Stadium in Constantinople. This popular Byzantine game dates can trace the origins back to the Sassanid Persia and features 2 teams on horseback using sticks with nets to get a leather ball into the opposing team's goal. Sounds a lot like polo. I'm up for a game of polo. We'll have to do it again when we're not at war. I guess we can move you in now, can't we? And I'd actually like these guys to be over there just to support what's going on up here. Because the last thing I want is to unexpectedly be surprised by a stack of 25,000 Turkish men strolling along, you know, thinking they can just attack me willy-nilly. None of that for me. We need a new Mysticos. You look like a good Mysticos. Go ahead and scheme. Thank you. All right, so to avoid confusion or sort of comments about how I'm conducting the war, I'm going to explain my thinking here. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we got no Basilius in there. We're going to split this in half and then take that Byzantine army and send it over here, where we could throw in more characters if we want to, but I don't think that's going to be necessary for a sieging army. Anyway, Azerbaijan is the goal of this war, obviously. The Duchy of Azerbaijan, not the county. So, by leaving my larger force in Tabriz, we are going to get, obviously, a little bit of attrition. Attrition is not a good thing. I do not like losing troops for no reason. However, what having the army of Duvarum here does is allows us to see when they come along to move in on my sieging armies a little bit earlier. And it'll also allow us to move in and actually engage these guys. Piece by piece, which is the preferable way to do it. We don't want to hit 25,000 troops all at once. If we can hit 25,000 troops in 5,000 increments, this is going to be a very easy war. And I thoroughly appreciate... I mean, you're dead. So we'll move you back into Tabriz. The Iconoclast heresy has appeared in the province of Chaldea. I do believe I've still got my dude over... No, I do not. You guys are still Sunni? Any chance of a religious conversion? No. What? Opinion, low, that's fine. Is a ruler. Alright. Is a ruler of Orthodox people. One would assume you'd want to follow the lead of your people, but I digress. Fucking... You're kidding me. So these guys show up, and then a few days later, they raise up and take up arms against the Empire? This is ridiculous. You're not going to get away with this, assholes. Trust me. What is your war goal, anyway? Your war goal is obviously to annoy me. Now, what I could do is take this army, split them, and take the army of Osor. That should theoretically be enough. I don't know. We'll throw you in, and do we have any other leaders with traits? No. Okay, then we'll just throw a high rank guy. We'll throw that guy in. And what I might also want to do is actually raise the Varangian Guard just to give myself the edge. And just keep our eyes over on the Eastern Front here. Make sure nothing crazy is going to be happening. I don't think it will. And I also don't think I technically needed the Varangian Guard, but 7,000 men should be able to take care of 5,600 men. But 10,000 men are going to be very... Wow. More poor English. 10,000 men are going to be able to handle this a heck of a lot easier. There we go, my half-sister. I would imagine, my dear sister, you would like a husband for yourself. And what have we got? Ooh, a Duke of Transylvania. Trying to get the Hungarians involved. Let's see if there's anybody higher rank. Of course not, but alliance with Prince Laszlo of Hungary. Duke of Transylvania, Marshal of Hungary, Prince of Hungary. That's not a bad idea. There you go. We'll get an alliance with the Hungarians. Of course you accepted. Which, you know, they're certainly not a bad the kingdom to have on my side. The abbot of a nearby monastery has asked that you make a donation towards the repairs of the monastery church. Surely it wouldn't hurt to ensure that you are in the monks' prayers. God will know that I support the church. Or, sorry, I can't spare the gold right now. Yeah, we'll spend the money. We got money coming out the wazoo. That's not a concern. Oh, hello. You're trying to get a little bit crafty here, I can see, with your 600 men coming after my vassals. It's not appreciated. But that's fine. We've got 10,000 men coming back this way to clear up any sort of sieges that the Seljuks might be able to instigate or start. Instigate or start. Think that one over, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. A successful battle. And now for the classic Rebel Stomp. For those unfamiliar with the Rebel Stomp, you just have to follow rebels around until they're dead. And unfortunately, with rebels of that size, it could take a while. And of course, they're leading me away from where I need my troops to actually be. So, well done, rebels. You, what are you, anyway? You are iconoclast heretics? Yeah, you're really helping the Muslims out. So, I'm glad that this is going on. Another mob of raving heretics have risen up in Chaldea, reinforcing the ongoing uprising. Another 5,000 men! Wonderful. What would you like to do? Zenobias gains 100 piety, 50 prestige. 3 moral authority, vassalizes lords of his religion, and takes all other titles in the satrapy of Azerbaijan. Well, that sounds like it's exactly what we were looking for, doesn't it? Perfect. All right. Now, we're going to have to sort out these holdings in a moment, but right now, we've got a rebellion to crush. So we're going to take care of this first. And in fact, if you, I don't know what you're doing, but these iconoclasts are freaking tearing the Empire apart. So if you could kindly sort that out, that would be just super groovy, wonderful. Okay, good. Oh, we're down to 400 some odd men, so shouldn't be too much longer now. Let's actually send you there and there. Well, that takes care of that. Cosmos of Chaldean Peasant Revolt has declared Peasant Revolt for... Wow! This one little location here. I don't know what I've done to piss off so many of these people with a 91% revolt risk? That seems high. No, are you kidding me? Isn't he? Oh no, he is not the leader. Let him rot. I'll sort him out once we got this whole situation taken care of. Oh, I hope it's a son. I need a male heir. Desperately. Alright, merge you guys together. Go nuts. Oh, we can throw in a leader? Sure, why not? Flanker, you're on the flank. Good. Still have all the leaders there. You are headed for... what, Trapezoius? Two, three, four, five, six. Fell for my trap. Right? 25th of September, 30th. Damn it! Where are you going? Tau? We'll follow. I don't care about respecting the sovereign borders of the Kingdom of Georgia. Yeah, just keep going. Get these iconoclasts taken care of. 91% revolt risk. That seems so ridiculous. Religious unrest, heretic stronghold. Can we get him in there to just help out? I don't know. We'll station you over there to knock that. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, we took care of the peasants. This last war should take care of the heretics. My actual daughter and technical heir of the empire. Now, this child I do care about. And I'm thinking a gray eminence. Yeah, you're looking like the right one. Now, if I get a son, same educator. There we go. So we're all done here. No? Look, offer peace, enforce my damn demands, end that rebellion. So now we can lower all of that. Is that really all that's left of my retinue? Nope. I was going to say, I don't think we took that many losses. Certainly things look like they're going badly for the Seljuks, which is good for me. Now, more pressing issues. We have got a lot of land here to divvy up. And all things considered, does this guy? No, he's the Count of Albania, so you're slowly growing stronger. Congratulations. What I like to do is obviously keep my vassals happy. So for Azerbaijan here, which I do believe I can create now, so we might as well create it. What is in it? Azerbaijan. Oh, this land here. Yes, well, you're probably going to be due for a new leader. Regardless, what I'm going to do is just go through the important families, right? So let's go take a look at the Aegean Islands and take a look at this guy's family tree. So what we're looking for, this guy is not good. What we're looking for is like sort of second and third sons in these successful families. So we can see here, Michael Dukas is set to inherit the Duchy of Nicaea here. But, you know, he's got two brothers here who aren't. Heir to the county of Nicomedia. Okay, so that guy is definitely an heir to something. This guy isn't. This guy is not an heir to anything. Gluttonous, cynical, envious, arbitrary, proud, and Midas touched. He might not be a bad count. He would like to gain a title. I would like to give him a title. So what we're going to do is we're going to grant the landed title of, I'm thinking, County of Shriven here, including all lower titles. So let's go ahead and grant him that. And let's find another rich, successful, important family. I don't know how many people in your family tree you're going to have. 3 sisters. Not useful. Besides, you get to marry into the family, so you're set. You're safe. What about you, sir? Yeah, that's not going to work. Back to this guy. Why not? What about you? Probably not going to work. Usually, it's much easier to find potential counts this way, but I'm not having much luck with this. Come on, Duke of Antioch, you're old. You should. Heir to the county of Alexandretta, heir to the Duchy of Antioch. So that guy is not going to work. I don't need to spread these guys out crazily, and one of these two guys is actually going to become the Duke of Azerbaijan. So we want to make sure that, yeah. Well, what about you? You had 1 kid, that's it? What about this guy here? Not a very good diplomatic rating, but perhaps your kids? Because, I mean, it doesn't look like these guys have any hope of inheriting anything. And let me tell you, a zealous gray eminence might not be a bad Duke of Azerbaijan. So grant landed title, the County of Azerbaijan, including, of course, all lower titles. And then how about... Didn't I create the title? No, apparently I didn't. Create it. Yes. There we go. Include all lower titles as well. There we go. So that takes care of the new land that we have conquered. or the new duchy that we have created. And, yeah, I'm hoping, anyway, that these guys are going to be nice and successful. At the very least, we've got a dude who freaking loves us because of all the amazing things we've done for him. So, good news all around. Now, I want to stick around just to see if I'm going to actually get myself a... whoops, that was not what I wanted to click on. I just wanted the province. If I'm going to get myself a son... You know, crushed revolt. The people in this province feel that they and their ruler are blessed by God. They are therefore less likely to revolt. Oh, isn't that lovely? But apparently having my marshal there isn't doing jack. And they're Orthodox now? Hold on. But it's a heretic. I'm so confused as to what's going on over there. Eugenia? Oh, damn it. I mean, it's not like I don't appreciate these lovely, lovely daughters that this game is giving me, but for God, just give me a son, please. Starting to feel like Henry VIII up in here. There we go. We've got our retinue all back together again, and it's still not doing anything to drop that. Considering the size of the revolts that pop out of there, I think we're just going to, you can resign from your command, and we can drop the retinues back in. We'll just fight anything that pops up there. Is the theory I'm working on anyway. Regardless, it's been a pretty successful episode. I feel weak as a babe, but the cursed fever is finally broken. Okay, well, this isn't good because we've got typhoid fever. So... Do we not? I thought we did. Is that not the event that we just had? We should have time. I mean, I guess we should. But we don't. My wife, she's fine. Okay. False alarm on the typhoid fever. That's good news. My liege, my mission to Smyrna has so far been a success. Wonderful. So he should like me more now, right? Yes. Okay. In the meantime, actually, let's take a look. Because I would imagine I've got my honorary titles back. I do. We've got 3 out of 4, so yes, you definitely get one. And you may be old, but you're going to get one. Oh, you still have one. Stand corrected. You may be young, sir, but how old are you anyway? 14? You're old enough. Oh. I guess I gotta wait for you to become an adult. So let's do that? Yeah, let's do that. We'll take care of the honorary titles in the next video. Ooh, hello. Duchy of Dulja. Are we at peace with you? We are. Alright. But we've got someone here, Count of Raska. Oh good, so he's landed in the right area, who would be more than happy to become the Duke of Raskia. So I think, or the Duke of Dubrunik, whatever this place is called. I think we're going to be doing that, except we've got a peace with him until when? 1102, so we still got a few years left. Hopefully my claimant here can stick around for long enough. Oof, that's kind of close. Can be inherited though. So the leader of the Mosean revolt here, provided he doesn't die. Man, why are you getting involved in crazy politics? Regardless, I think this is going to be a good place to leave the video. We've expanded up into the Caspian Sea, which is great. We can get our empire nice and centered on the screen here. Oh, look at that. Look at that wonderfulness. So obviously, we got to clean up the borders. We got to get Georgia. We got to get the last of the Hashemids. That shouldn't be a problem. And, yeah, depending on what happens with the Seljuks here, they might crumble. They might get invaded. There's a lot of things that could happen. I'm hopeful. I don't like the Fatimids getting stronger, but they should be getting hit with the Crusades basically any time now. And go ahead, save the game. And yeah, so hopefully the Crusades come soon, and we can start beating up on the Fatimids and really start growing this empire we've got on the go. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.